The chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, says that it is preparing to issue more interest rate hikes as it pushes to drive down soaring inflation. The chairman made the comments today, speaking to a Senate panel.
Financial conditions have already priced in additional rate increases, but we need to go ahead and have them. And I think that the most recent inflation indicators of various kinds suggest to us that we needed to accelerate the pace at which we get up to a level that is neutral.
That hearing is still underway on Capitol Hill, by the way, 1 week after the Fed raised interest rates by 3/4 of a percentage point, its biggest hike in decades. Our Washington correspondent Alex Presha joining me now for more. So, Alex, Powell's saying that the Fed will assess future rate increases on a meeting-to-meeting basis, depending on whether and how quickly, right, inflation begins to decline. So is there any indication on when another increase could come?
Well, Kira, I'll just kind of preface this by saying we began this year with an understanding that the Fed was probably going to be raising interest rates a number of times this year. And you already referenced we've had that period of time where we've had the biggest rate hike in decades. But as the chair, Jerome Powell, noted, they were going to be looking at this as a meeting-by-meeting basis. And so the next meeting is scheduled for late July. And that's when we're expecting the Fed to possibly raise interest rates between something of 50 basis points to 75 basis points, and that's going to be the end of July, the week of July 26th.
All right, so Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren grilled Powell about the impact of interest rate hikes on employment. Let's take a listen to that exchange.
I think the idea is to moderate demand
to invest
so that it can be in better balance with supply. And
so
the current situation, demand is well in excess of supply in some areas of our economy.
More expensive to invest, which in turn is going to throw workers out of work. And when they're out of work, they have less money to spend. So I get that rate increases stop companies from spending money to build new plants or to buy new trucks or to hire new people.
So how is the White House addressing these concerns that higher interest rates could drive up unemployment and potentially increase the risk of a recession, which we have been talking about for a number of weeks now?
Well, the White House has enacted a number of things to try to counter some of the impact of this rising inflation, efforts towards gas prices among them, with the SPR and also the president now considering rolling back that federal gas tax. But look, I mean, this is something that the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was talking about over the weekend, and she pushed back pretty decidedly about this, saying that a recession is not at all inevitable. But look, historically, inflation has had an inverse relationship with unemployment. And if you look at the numbers from May, unemployment stood at about 3.6%. It's just a tick above a 50-year low. And so, you know, with that understanding, especially the historical context, it seems as though unemployment eventually is going to go up.
And President Biden, in a speech this afternoon, is expected to ask Congress to issue a federal gas tax holiday, giving us all a break, a little bit of a break. What more are we learning about that?
Well, we know that he's going to ask Congress for a gas tax holiday for about 3 months. This would save consumers about 18 cents a gallon as the cost of gas has reached $5 a gallon nearly nationally. And this would save Americans roughly $70 million a day. But it would also cost the government about $10 billion over those 3 months. And what's interesting about this, Kira, is that this money that they'd be losing would normally be earmarked for infrastructure projects. But the White House remains confident that they can make that up elsewhere.
All right, Alex Presha, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.